You're listening to the Joint Sermons on the Push Media Podcast Network.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
That I will faithfully execute.
That I will faithfully execute.
The office of President of the United States.
The office of President of the United States.
And will, to the best of my ability.
And will, to the best of my ability.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
The Constitution of the United States.
The Constitution of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
Thank you, Joe Biden and Democratic Party.
Yep.
If you are a listener of this show, you know that we told you so.
Yeah.
You're going to get him reelected. And now we get to listen to, here's the part that I am dreading the most. The meltdowns. I can't tolerate it already. I have so much stuff muted and blocked on Twitter that I have to see screenshots if someone forwards a screenshot because I can't block screenshots. But they're still melting down. And then they have that new video tab that's supposed to be a TikTok. And, I'm scrolling through it. And I'm like, thankfully, there's not just a bunch of twerking that's boring.
I don't know.
But it's like meltdown after meltdown after meltdown. What's the problem? Why are we melting down? You picked Donald Trump to be the next president.
Yeah. I mean, they handed it to him on a silver platter. Like
they nominated dementia, literally.
Yeah.
Let's not play stupid. He has dementia. It doesn't mean he's a bad person. It means he has dementia. And we all can see it.
Yeah.
And
then they waited forever.
Yeah, then they dumped it on Kamala. And I'll give her this kind of unfair, like, thanks for dumping it on me with a month to go. Wow. And then they immediately, the messaging, remember when they dumped it on Kamala, the next day the messaging was, she is ready.
Yeah.
Well, she's not, because you have to say that.
And I mean, his policies were already, like, even the Democrats were like, And then she came out and just like, oh, nothing's going to fundamentally change from him.
Yeah.
And it's like, great. So why would I vote for you? I don't know.
They won't. But also the way she, unfairly prosecuted black men in California.
I mean, we could run it back a million times.
But
it was just a bad look.
And then they ask, why did black men move away from the Democratic Party this election? Well, a lot did because of you. And then remember they had rappers out during the campaign saying, like Common, I think he's like, look, I know she's a cop, but, well, you're saying but. Vote for my person, but. My guy's the best, but.
Well, no, and now this is what we're stuck with. Another 4 years of unbridled stupidity.
4 years, exactly what that is. 4 years of probably mostly watch me say braggadocious things and claims so I get cheers at my rally. And never actually do most of that. And that's how I hope it goes. I hope it's a bunch of claims that he doesn't follow through with.
I know, because it's just the whole yay imperialism. And like the dude, they brought up manifest destiny. Like, oh my God, are we really doing this? And it's like, yeah, I guess so.
See, I didn't watch, I didn't do anything. I don't care. See, as you know, I'm a happy person.
Yeah.
I put my fun socks on one leg at a time, and then I go work out. That's what I do. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. Because as far as I'm concerned, either one of them being president would suck right now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just all of the just meaningless drivel that's coming out of that dude's mouth. I mean, and there's perspective for him to do really terrible things or like shock us all and maybe not be a terrible person. I mean, I'm not putting any stock in that, but No,
I don't actually put stock in, well, he's a terrible person, but I don't put stock in him being Hitler neither. I just think he's a braggadocious, self-righteous, egotistical maniac who just wants his name in letters and lights. Yeah. That's all. Like, he doesn't even have to conquer the world. He just wants to have his name in lights. And that's all anyone has to do. Look at Elon. He's just stroke his ego a little bit, and he's right there.
Oh, God.
But also, that's a great, hats off to Elon, honestly. He got himself right there. He's going to get his company funded to go to Mars, and not a bad play. So the president of the United States got outplayed by a retard. And it's legal to say that now. Remember, there was a meme that was quite funny that said, it is now a picture of Trump, and it says it is now legal to call people gay and retarded again in this country.
I think that's just in Congress, though.
Yeah. Ah.
Yeah. So
Should I
still,
beep? I'll beep that out in
yeah,
post.
beep it out later.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, but some of the dumb stuff he's going to do, he's already done. Like he pardoned, January 6th people that were found guilty. Again, that's your prerogative, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they beat up a bunch of cops, so I'm conflicted. No, I'm not really conflicted, but
My thing is, okay, fine. I mean, during his explanation of it, again, broken clocks, right? He's like, look, he calls them rioters. They're rioters. Being in jail for 4 years for rioting seems a bit much. Well, I would agree too if that was really the actual if it's a riot in Chicago. Yeah, that's come on. Unless you're physically harming people or killing people or trying to do that, then no, you need to have a penalty. But they're not rioters. It was an insurrection. It was a failed insurrection. That's why you don't call it an insurrection, because it failed. Just like it's an insurrection, and then if you succeed, it's a revolution that won. We were insurrectionists when we founded this country. Isn't that not true?
probably from someone's perspective, sure.
From everybody's legal definition of the word. It's stupid, but he's letting them go. Now everybody thinks that's the norm. We can do this now. It's like, and then he says, well, you didn't imprison the rioters and, in Milwaukee and Chicago and Seattle and Portland.
Sure they did.
Some did, but no one has. I seen some clip that some DOJ guy said like the longest prison sentence for any of that or jail term was like 6 to 8 months. I don't know. Whatever. Let's take that on face value. Fair enough. But also 6 to 8 months is probably fair enough for a riot, probably. Unless you were caught, doing arson, like burning things, and you're going to go to jail.
I mean, I think a lot of it had to do with the enhancement too. You know what I mean? It was interfering in a government, process. I think what a lot of them got smacked
also,
with it.
It's a military base. The whole of Washington, D.C. is a military base, and you're subject to those rules specific. And I don't care what anyone says when you walk around with a bat going, Nancy, come on.
Yeah.
Come
Or bring the gallows, which, wow, good for you guys. It's really going with it, huh?
Let's talk Mike Pence.
Oh,
and
man.
Where do you think they keep his balls?
Oh, man, it's got to be in his wife's purse, because at least she had the stones to stand up to that dude and just be like, nah. Like, could you imagine, like, if somebody tried to kill you and then they got a new job and they're like, hey, you're invited to my new job party? I would probably not go because of the whole, like, trying to kill me thing.
No, it's...
But they're all spineless. They're all feckless and spineless, and they're like, "Oh, okay, just go kiss the ring."
They're all spineless. Obama, Bill Clinton, Hillary, they all went to his inauguration, but they were just a couple months ago. He's literal Hitler. He's the biggest threat to freedom and democracy the world has seen since Hitler.
It's like, if you call him a fascist and then show up and hang out with them. I mean, what does that make you? You know what I mean? Like, if you're sitting at a table with 10 Nazis and you're sitting at a table with 10 Nazis, there's 11 there. Like, you can't make those claims and then be like, oh, I'm just kidding, because now all the pomp and circumstances says I have to be there. No, if you don't agree with them, then don't show up.
Unless you were a spy trying to infiltrate, I'll give you that. But that's not what's happening here. They're just cucks.
Absolutely not.
This is what I 100% wholeheartedly believe. They don't actually believe anything they said about him.
No, not at all.
It was just a way to get votes. Let's not forget that, before he was running against Hillary, her and Bill Clinton went to his daughter's wedding at Mar-a-Lago.
Oh, I mean, it's all performative.
They're friends.
Like, you go back to Trump in the 90s, and he was a raging Democrat. You know what I mean? And he even said,
that's the thing. He was always a Democrat until he just went to run in 2015 or whatever. That's what it bothers me, is they go, no, he's not. I'm like, yeah, he was always that. He was always a Democrat.
He even said, if I was ever going to run for office, I would do it as a Republican because it's easy. And he did it, you know? So, duh.
Like when he beat Hillary, and I do remember this, and they asked him, and he was right on this, when they asked him, how do you feel when people are upset that you won because you lost the popular vote? He goes, well, she ran the wrong campaign. The campaign is for the Electoral College. That's what I ran for. It's like, do the Democrats not understand that?
I don't know.
They don't. And then they complain it's wrong. Well, no, those are the rules of the game that you joined, and you didn't play by those rules, you idiots, and therefore you lost.
Yeah, but also I think a lot of the time they're just again, spineless. It's like, if,
Well,
you
they're
know,
cowards and the
well,
most
that's
high
the
order.
thing. Like, if they're not going to follow the rules, then why are you? You know what I mean? Like, it's like you can't sit there and be like, oh, well, according to precedent, and they're just like, oh shit, did I dunk on you again? Because
And
I don't
then,
care about
well,
a precedent. It's like, either make up your mind.
I don't care about that party anyways. I would argue that they're a bigger bunch of hypocrites than Republicans because they claim to be for you and claim to be for the common person and claim to be on this, equal rights. And none of that's true. You know what I mean? Even like the civil rights bill, when Lyndon Johnson says what he says about black people. You want them to vote for us the rest of their lives, just pass this bill. Like he was buying them. He thought they were stupid. He thought they were something to just manipulate for his privilege. That's what they still do.
Yeah. And I mean,
But except with the exception of, the racist crime bill that Joe Biden wrote and Bill Clinton signed. Come on.
Yeah. Well,
they did that.
There's no doubt that they did that.
And all the stuff that you got to reelect, you got to vote for Kamala because this is going to happen. Well, you were there for 4 years.
I mean, how, like this, the thing that kills me is it's just like, how? You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, these are the two best people, really? Like, this is what we get? Like, I don't know. It goes back to the George Carlin thing. Like, you get what you vote for, man. And like, we are living in the dumbest timeline ever. It's it is mind-numbingly bad.
Well, this is how stupid some of this is. His big important, executive orders were to withdraw from the Paris Climate Agreement. He did that once before, and Biden brought him back in. Again, at one point, Europe's going to be like, we don't contribute or work with you guys. You guys go back and forth every 8 minutes, and I don't do that with people. So no, thank you. I can't do business with someone who changes their mind every 8 minutes. I can't.
Yeah, I mean, we're just looking dumber and dumber on the world stage. It's not a good look.
What good can that do for America? I mean,
nothing.
Regulatory burdens? Maybe.
I don't know.
It's just a national interest thing. Plus, he looks like he's America first. Well, America first still needs clean air too.
Yeah, until they figure out a way to bottle it and sell it back to us for a profit.
Yeah, that's coming. Well, they'll put us in silos. Like that show. But
Fallout.
I don't know. No, there's a show called Silo on Apple TV Plus, which is phenomenal, but I won't spoil it. But it's dumb. Like, we need clean water. I mean, but again, what do I know? They don't even clean the water in Flint, Michigan. That was Barack Obama's term, by the way. In a town full of people that look like him with dirty water, he didn't do anything about it. Again, why do they think these people care about them? They don't.
Yeah, it's we're just continuing down the rabbit hole of stupidity. And
instead of talking about the new Redman album, again, we're talking about these cucks. The other one, a national emergency at the southern border.
Oh, God. Every 6 months, there's a national security issue at the border.
Here's the problem with that. We're still under national emergency because of September 11th.
Yeah.
That is BS. A national emergency, I believe, in my opinion, the president should be able to declare on a given instance for whatever may have happened. We were attacked at September 11th. There's an army at our shores, something. They're getting ready to fly over here and bomb us. Fine, national emergency. The whole country is under 10 feet of snow in a blizzard, national emergency. But those should be one of those things where that national emergency lasts for 90 days and cannot be renewed or extended unless the passage by Congress and the Senate.
Now, I mean, didn't the NDAA, though, basically make that moot? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but that's how it should be. But these national emergencies, just like when they used to say in his first term, there's an invasion. Well, here's the problem. Here's my problem with everyone. First of all, the word invasion has a definition, and that did not qualify for invasion. But everyone forgets the definition of words anyways on left and right, and they just use the words how they please, and they get mad at you if you don't use them right. Everyone manipulates. Everyone is their own confirmation bias circle jerk. And that's why we're not listening to the new Redman album today, because they ruined it, which is one of the most fun hip-hop albums I've heard in forever.
Yeah, and Andy's doing visuals for it, and he shot them all himself, and they're fantastic.
Yeah, he's having fun.
Yeah. Yeah, and I do like the fact that he said that he's not going out of his way to get new listeners. He's like, look, I'm making music for the people that are still here, and that I can appreciate for sure.
That's probably why the music is good. There's nothing there.
There's no pandering.
No, well, if you listen to that whole album, first of all, I have a hard time calling it an album. It feels like a street level tape that's for promo or something. That's like, look how badass I can rap.
Yeah.
Now come buy my album.
Like it just
Either
needed
way,
one of Clue's bombs. You know what I mean? It's got like 40 tracks on it.
No.
Yeah.
But I'm loving this thing. It's fun. The lyrics are ridiculous. He can rap his ass off. And he clearly had fun. But the thing is silly. The whole album's silly too.
Yeah.
In a good way. It's great.
That's always been Redman though. He's always never taken himself that seriously.
I don't think, but this one I think he went extra. I'm Redman. I'm not that important. Who cares? Here's some good songs.
Yeah.
We could have had that. But now
we should have had that.
Now we're talking about birthright citizenship.
Dude. Oh my
First
God.
of all, am I incorrect by saying birthright citizenship is how it works in the Constitution?
Literally the 14th Amendment.
Yes.
Literally, like,
but, thanks to the Democrats, the president of the United States has the authority to affirm new laws or take them away. Didn't they just confirm that, like, what, 4 days ago of the recording of this video? Like the four days ago when Joe Biden said, I affirm the ERA is the land of the law. No, it's not.
I mean, it's not. I mean, they've been trying to pass it since like the 70s.
That bill expired in like 83.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not even a bill. Like,
but I mean, this is the whole affirmation that they always do on their way out. They're like, oh, I promise you, we're not going to take this away. And it's like, well, it was never given to us to be taken away from it.
While I pardon my entire bloodline on the way out. Oh, which, by the way, the DOJ is going to release some information that says that my son, Hunter Biden, actually was contacted by a foreign agent of a foreign nation to manipulate me. They're all liars. And the Democrats, and I mean this by being the voters of the Democrat Party should say, we see that, and that's it. End of story. Vote them out. Yeah, and quite honestly, vote Bernie Sanders out. He's never had a bill passed in like 40 years in Senate, 30 years, whatever. Maybe you need someone else who can get something passed for the good of your state. You're ineffective.
I mean, that's the whole problem with like, you know, well, and that's the thing though. I think a lot of people look at Democrats and they're just like, oh, well, you know, we can forgive this because their side does it too. And it's like, you know what? Like, okay, they're criminals too. Then people are still voting for them. Like, I don't get the rationale how anybody can look at somebody and be like, yeah, I know they're doing all this, but they hate the same people I hate, so I'm going to vote for them. That just makes no sense and gets absolutely nothing accomplished ever.
That reminds me of Wendy Williams. You know, Diddy's in prison.
As well, he should be.
Well, yes, not permanently yet, but yeah, it really looks like he should be, right? Like all the evidence they have out there that they're alleging he did is.
I mean, just the video of him whooping Cassie's ass should be enough to put him in jail. You know what I mean? Like short of all the diddler nonsense. Like, I mean, that just like beating on a woman like that, like on camera with no shame. Like, dog, you deserve to be in jail.
But Wendy Williams said he's going to jail the rest of her life because, you know what? Let's let her tell the story.
Wendy, you got fired from Hot 97 years ago because of Diddy. All these years later to see where Diddy currently is. What do you feel about that situation?
Hey, when I watch TMZ and I see the stuff that goes on, I'm like, oh my God. And then all of a sudden I see me on TMZ. You know what I'm saying? It's really weird seeing me on TV when I'm caught in this position. You know what I'm saying? The other day I was watching Cookout and there I am in the first opening scene. I was like, oh my God. Season 1, episode 13, there I am on Martin. You know what I'm saying? And as far as Diddy will go to prison for life, people. You don't know things that I knew about Diddy back in the day. And you want to know what? It's about time, people. It is about time. Diddy done.
And nobody said, why didn't you say anything back
exactly.
then? There are so many people complicit in that. I don't want to hear any like fence sitting after the fact. Like, I knew about it. Like, then do something.
It's still a law in this country, right? That you have to report crimes against minors?
I'm fairly certain, yeah.
Yeah, no.
I mean, even if it wasn't, if you knew like something that was going on, like
your character, she has no character, no integrity.
I mean, all these rappers that knew, all these people that knew, like, I mean, maybe you didn't take part in it, but if you knew, you were absolutely complicit. You know what I mean? Like, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Gross.
Like, I don't want to hear Monday morning quarterbacking from people that were at his parties and like, oh yeah, I knew bad shit was going on, but I didn't say anything because I wanted to come back to his party. You know what I mean? It's the same thing with the people that surround Trump. They're like, they know what's going on. They just don't care because they can enrich themselves or do whatever.
The meme coin is a perfect example of that.
That is
they enrich themselves. I'm telling you right now, $74 billion was sold in that crap in like 24 hours. And he made $56.6 billion himself.
And like, that is like the big, I mean, the rug pull on this is going to be insane. Like, at first I didn't even believe it. I ended up jumping online and going and checking out CoffeeZilla, which shout out to that dude. He does amazing deep dives on crypto scams. And his response was just like the sad Wojak meme, just being like, well, I guess crime is legal now. Cause I mean, it's a scam.
Certainly people had to know that.
I mean, you would think so, but hella people are dumb.
The average MAGA person is probably not wealthy. Is probably the average everybody. Probably below the poverty line. If you look at where they live, they're probably below the poverty line a little bit or touching it. But those are the ones who lost. His rich donors are the donors with
nobody's buying meme coins.
Upper middle class memes could have bought some coins and dumped them out real quick and went, I put 20,000 in and got 50 back.
Yeah, but that's not the case. You know what I mean? I think one wallet owns 80% of the tokens. Like, come on, dude.
But he made $56.6 billion.
What, did you see that it already lost 40% of its value?
I know, but he's still going to end up with billions. Billions. This is insane.
It's gonna be the biggest rug pull ever. Like, what's
the biggest rug puller? This, and he's a guy who, I wouldn't say he's a scammer, but he's a guy who does what he wants to enrich himself. Historically, that's what his name is. That's what he does, and he's very good at that. Or is Hawk Tua a bigger scammer? Because she's dumb, and you still fell for that.
Well, yeah. I mean, and I think it's the same. I think it's the same Solana that issued her coin too, and everybody else was outraged about that too, or she just like.
And
dipped
did you
out.
see the black minister from the inauguration? Who gave a prayer. He now has a meme coin.
Yeah. Well, something money changers in the temple. I don't know. God, there's no depths, I guess. So when's our coin coming out?
What are we going to call our coin?
Oh, Fun Socks coin.
Fever coin?
Sure.
What's wrong with that? What do you mean, sure?
Sure coin.
Sure coin?
I wonder
how much we can make.
$12 and change.
We can call it the Kelly coin. Put a big arch on it. And some Italian. So on one side it's the arch, right? On the other side it's Little Italy. How you doing?
I like it.
Hey. Oh, what you talking about?
Every time you buy a coin, it's just like Maron.
Hey. Oh, watch yourself. I can do that all day because it's God bless the Italian people. I'm telling you. They have contributed so much to our society just by their personality alone.
I want to hear an argument with a guy from Boston and a guy from like Brooklyn. Like I'll just
not
sit
a Family Guy scene.
It probably is, honestly, but I just want to see more of it.
Who's your Mount Rushmore of Italians?
Oh man,
Mussolini,
Bruno Sammartino.
Oh, first of all, Bruno Sammartino.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. Go ahead.
So I don't know. Francis Ford Coppola, maybe.
Are you saying there's not enough Italians that did good to be on a Mount Rushmore on their own? Every day with you.
I know. It's something I struggle with.
So who is your Mount Rushmore of Mexicans?
Oh, well, clearly. So
present company not included.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess we'll say,
Speedy?
No, I'm more of a Slowpoke Rodriguez guy. The GOAT.
Oh, yeah. I get it. Okay. Ha.
Nah. Well, clearly you will go with Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero, and you again.
Why are they all wrestlers? I wrestled in high school, so they were all wrestlers.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, except mine wasn't fake.
No.
I love saying that. I love saying that to wrestling fans because I actually believe this is my position on pro wrestling. It's not fake. It's choreographed. It's not fake. They
it-
are doing those moves. That is athleticism right there. That really is.
I do
Whatever.
think it's funny when people call it fake, and then every year they
Yeah.
complain about the Super Bowl being rigged or the finals in the
Yeah.
NBA being rigged. It's like, at least I know going into it, I'm like, that dude's definitely losing.
But is there any evidence that the NFL or the
Self-awareness.
NBA is rigged?
No, but I just think it's hilarious
not.
because every time anybody, well, I mean, there have been refs who are
Sure,
on the
that's
take
different.
from
But
the mob.
that's
Right.
different than rigged.
But I
you
just,
know?
it never fails. Like, some angry sports fan is like, this is why the NFL's rigged. And it's like, okay.
Well, there's an NFL player who claims you're given a script for the season.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I forget who it was. He's a former NFL player, and it's like he played like 8 years. I was like, oh, really? Okay, prove it. Show us one.
I mean, and the best script was Tom Brady for like 8 years in a row. Come on. I don't know. I know nothing
He
about
sucks
football.
at broadcasting, I heard.
I can't even tell you the last time.
How is he allowed to be a broadcaster when he owns part of the Raiders?
He owns part of the Raiders?
Yeah, he's a part owner.
Oh, I had no idea.
And he actively recruits. He's trying to get Belichick to leave North Carolina to leave because, Belichick signed with UNC to be their head coach, but apparently didn't sign the contract. Did you know that? They just let him walk in and be the coach without signing a contract. So he can bounce.
Really? Wow.
You don't think he will? They throw him a boatload of money in
yeah.
Las Vegas? Dude,
Yeah.
if Las Vegas is perfect for him, it's warm, and he likes those type of girls. Look at his girlfriend now.
Who, Belichick?
Look at Bill Belichick's girlfriend. She's a 27-year-old hot girl.
Seriously?
She looks like a cigarette girl.
Oh, wow, whoa. Did you say cigarette girl? You're hella
I'm
throwback.
sorry. She looks like a fad girl. Is that what I'm supposed to say?
You're not British, so I don't know.
But it's legal to say that again. I don't even know why.
Again, only if you're in Congress, but
I don't even know why I voted for this guy if I can't say that.
no.
I mean, I don't know why you voted for this guy if I can't say that.
Oh, okay.
Hey, do you think John Fetterman fixes broken windows?
Probably not.
Just leaves broken windows for someone else to fix.
Well, somebody's got to pick up the slack.
So did he really? Stop
Yes,
talking about his slack.
Yes, he really showed up in gym shorts.
I mean, I'm not surprised one bit. It's just like, I don't know. I don't like wearing suits and stuff too, but I mean, if I have to go certain places, I'll probably dress up. This guy would show up to court in shorts.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't understand.
Yeah.
Well, no, he did shoot a black guy, right? And killed him or shot him or something.
I think he just pulled a shotgun on him, but allegedly.
Crazy. I don't even know the whole story. I just know people keep saying that. I'm like, I don't know. I don't like to even freaking confirm anything anymore.
just throwing out wild accusations.
Yeah. Well, because everybody has meltdowns, and it's funny. I'm so tired. This is what I regret most about Trump being president. 4 years of meltdowns from anyone else. Again, it's to the point like this. Donald Trump will say, I actually love hamburgers and I eat one every day for lunch. Then everyone will boycott hamburgers forever and anyone who cooks them. It's like, shut up. Or they'll whine about it. I can't stand that. Do something. You could have voted for someone else. You could have nominated someone else. And then we wouldn't have this problem. So shut up. I don't care. You get what you voted for. That's your problem. I didn't vote for it. My conscience is clear. I didn't vote for either one of them idiots.
Nope, me neither.
And everyone said I wasted my vote, and apparently not, because my conscience is clear.
Yeah, I can sit back and just be like, well, hate to tell you, I told you so, but told you so.
My conscience is clear.
Yep.
Not worried about it.
Same.
So, someone had asked what was our plans for the show. We actually, we got an email to the podcast through the website, which is thejointsermons.com. So you can go there and email us. We got an email to the podcast. Now I thought someone was going to be swearing at me, or it'd be like a Taiwanese, hooker that needs me to pay money or something to get my car out of Hawk. I don't know. But they said, I was hoping that you guys would have talked about what your plans are for the new year. And I say, STFU. No one cares. What kind of show do they think this is?
I don't know. I mean, if they've been listening long enough, they know it's just kind of insanity.
It's two guys shooting the shit.
Yeah.
What's the problem?
I don't really have a lot of plans other than being able to walk again. So there's that.
Yeah, well, if you had capitalistic healthcare, you would.
Yeah, that's what got me here, bud.
Isn't it funny though how communism wants you back being productive and capitalism wants you back being productive?
The exact opposite.
No.
Yeah.
Communism wants you productive. Why is it all the communist countries go hungry? And why is it communists can't reply with any facts, but only with philosophy because they have no facts?
No, we
and
have
why is
plenty
it you
of
can't
facts.
answer any of these questions? And
I
why
can
is it
answer
that
all
you're
of these
avoiding these
questions.
right now?
And why are you
I mean, why
gish
won't you
galloping?
answer me? I don't understand why you can't just give me an answer.
I can't give you
All
an
you
answer.
want to say is go hit the wall. Look at my little red book.
Well, you know,
Dude,
when you're ready to be
runner's
good
body.
faith.
You don't have a runner's body. You have a communist body.
Well, you're looking like you got one too there, bud.
Oh my God. Are
All
you saying I'm
svelte.
skinny?
Yeah, you are. I mean, those socks, they're really doing it.
Stop it. Again,
No.
every freaking week.
I know. Well, hey.
And you are not allowed to be that way anymore under the new administration or something. And you weren't born that way. So now you're mocking those people. Why?
No, I'm mocking you.
Now you're mocking those people.
Those people.
Oh, hey,
Those people?
oh, both sides of my hands. Watch it. Okay, let's get out of here before we get in trouble with the mafia, because I love those people, truly. The mafia, first of all, who would be your Mount Rushmore of mafia bosses? And I'm not kidding. First of all, it's Carlo Gambino.
Yeah, it
Number
has
one.
to be.
And here's why I respect Carlo Gambino. He shut up. That's all it takes in that. If you have that job, shut up.
I mean, Luciano's got to be up there. That dude shut up, and he just took back off to Sicily and was like, "You'll never get me."
But any of them who just shut up. I don't like these new mafia breeds. Even Sammy the Bull, who was supposed to be a hardcore gangster guy and all that, from the movies type of thing and everything else. And all he does is snitch and argue with another mafia snitch about who's tougher. Hey,
No, what is it? Michael Franzone or whatever his name is.
Francesi or whatever. And he was referenced in Goodfellas. But, hey, look at me on Instagram. I'm tougher than you. Hey, how you doing? I'm tougher than you. Shut up.
Hey, Vlad TV got to get those numbers out. They're always on there snitching about each other.
It's so weird, though.
Yeah.
I guarantee you half the mob's like, you know what? I'm just going to go work at Walmart. Like, forget it. These people take an oath.
Yeah, a lot of people take oaths, but nobody cares anymore.
Yeah, but they took an oath. It's the most sacred thing you can take.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
I, Donald John Trump.
I can't.
Yeah, please don't.
He took an oath.
Yeah, well, we'll see. What did you see? Everybody was freaking out because he didn't have his hand on the Bible, which I thought was funny because who cares? You know what I mean? Like, does it matter?
I don't think that's a requirement, but there was one.
No, it's not. But
when Obama got sworn in the first time, he had missed 2 words of the oath or something like that, and they had to come. The Chief Justice had to come back to the White House the very next day and swear him in the White House, just because they're like, we actually don't know if he's the president because he didn't actually repeat the oath. So they just did it over, which was probably the right thing. Just do it over and move on. You know what I mean? But you know what happens if Trump would have missed a sentence or a word or two? He'd be like, no, that's the new oath. What are you talking about? That's our new oath.
They'd be like, that was never in there. Just straight up gaslighting you.
I know.
No, he said Domino's Pizza's in there. That is in the official oath. I swear to Domino's Pizza.
Do you think he thinks of food? He's weird though, huh? He likes people up here talking about him. Like, he's weird.
Oh, dude. Like, honestly, we could have literally just given that guy a GM position somewhere and just talked about how great he was, and we'd never have this moron. Yeah, he is just so susceptible to flattery. It's actually kind of endearing and hilarious at the same time.
That's the scariest part about his personality.
Oh, he's so easily manipulated. I don't know.
ESL?
But you know what I mean? Yeah, actually.
I don't know what you mean. I'm speaking English on this podcast. But no, the fact that he is so susceptible to that is like, that's scary. That's like, and also the fact that he does have charisma because he persuades people to vote for him when clearly he probably shouldn't be the choice.
No,
right?
I feel like if you jingled keys in front of him, he'd be like a cat. You know what I mean?
Pointer, like little red pointer.
Yeah, just a razor. And the JD Vance just in the Oval Office with a laser pointer, like him chasing it around.
So some MAGA people are still upset about JD Vance being married to an Indian. Did you see that?
No, but I mean, are you really shocked there? Come on.
No, but I'm going to paraphrase this. There's a picture of JD Vance with his wife. He goes, he doesn't even know what it's like to be an American. He doesn't know about the American people. He's not even married to someone who looks like us or even smells like us.
Wow.
I'm like,
I mean,
whoa.
Yeah, I don't know what he thought was going to happen. Like, you have a brown wife, dude, and this party definitely has some issues.
And she was a Democrat, I think, until a couple months ago. So, I
Well,
don't know. Dude, he loves couches, and she knew that. Have you ever seen that movie?
she loves couches, and he knew that. No,
No. That's a great movie. It's from the 80s. It was Kirsten Dunst and some other dude. What?
don't fact check that.
Why not?
I don't know.
If you can't find it on the internet, it just means you can't prove it doesn't exist. So therefore, it's true.
That is one
And
rationale.
the polio vaccine caused more harm than good.
Oh my God.
That might actually be the biggest threat to us out of the presidency of Donald
Yeah.
Trump. RFK being Secretary of Health and saying, let's get rid of the polio vaccine.
The one thing that people were just like, hey, we don't want to die. Let's take this.
My wife had a good point, though. My wife's like, what's the problem? As long as the iron lungs are manufactured in the United States, it should be fine.
Oh, you're not wrong there. Hey, I've got a booming iron lung business. Thank you, RFK. Like, God, Jesus.
And then the way he brought in all the tech giants, the CEOs in. Like, what do you have them there for as your puppets? They're all sitting there uncomfortable. Tim Cook looked uncomfortable. The rest looked like they were enjoying themselves. And what's with Mark Zuckerberg checking out the boobs of Jeff Bezos' wife?
I don't
you
know.
see that?
I didn't. No,
That's the first sign that he's not an alien or a robot.
Well, I mean, hey, AI's come a long way. You never know. I don't like you. I was willfully ignorant of like 90% of what was going on. So I didn't see that picture.
Well, you miss a lot of the big picture. And that's our show today. Go to thejointsermons.com and send nasty emails and nudes to Doc.
Please don't.
Only if you're a guy.